Everybody, welcome back. So we're doing something a little different for this one. So many of you have maybe seen this horror haul box at Walmart or somewhere and wonder just what the heck is inside. So we're gonna take a look at the thing and see if the value is really there. So a bit of background. So this thing is on the shelf for 20 bucks at this Walmart I go to all the time, and assumedly other places too. So it's one of those kind of standard loot boxes that I'm not a fan of, but a lot of people are. So I picked this up for. They made a mistake with pricing it, so I kind of lucked out on getting it. I got it for 13. Uh, it's kind of fitting, I guess. But so uh, anyway, I paid $15 for this. Let's take a look and see if we got our money's worth. So I did already open it up and take a peek at it before. I just didn't have time to shoot, but I left stuff in here more or less as it was. So the way it builds itself, so we get a figure, which is obviously like a Pennywise figure. I don't know why they thought that was a mystery. We get a plush, which, oh, okay. So we get a keychain, we get a scarf, and we get a mug. Now, the scarf is actually why I wanted this, because the glare just screws us. So I actually wanted this because of the Freddy scarf. So let's take a look at what's really going on here in the Hall of Horror. So, open up right off. So there's like a thing for a survey for the company. This is built by somebody called Culturefly, which I'd never really heard of, but I digress. So I think we'll start with the Exorcist mug, which I already took out of here, because when I opened it up, well, let's see. So it just comes kind of packaged like a mug. However, the mug itself was just like covered with dirt. Like it was thick with like brown dirt, like not factory dust, actual dirt. And I had gotten this new and sealed directly from Walmart. So that was kind of a strange start to, evaluating this thing. I mean, it's a decent mug. Like it doesn't feel like it'll break on you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just say you paid $5 for the mug. Like that's okay. That's acceptable value. Now it bills itself as a glow in the dark mug. The only part that actually does glow in the dark is the logo. Like the picture doesn't glow at all because I did try that out beforehand. So let me see if I can, yeah, try to do like a running tally kind of thing. Oh, so an interesting thing too is each thing comes in like its own individual like box or packaging, which makes me think that maybe these were items that were going to be like released on their own at some point. It's kind of hard to discern the origins of some of this stuff because it's pretty strange. So next up is our shining keychain, which it's just a relatively thick plastic with like the hotel key kind of thing on it, which I thought, oh, I guess not. So I thought it was one of those, man, I need to figure this out better. So I thought it was like a differently shaped keychain, but I guess not. So I mean, I'd say this is maybe like $1 worth of value. I mean, is it cool? Yeah, I guess. So it seems like a relatively hardy thing though. Like when I go like that, like I feel like I could probably snap it if I like really put a lot of effort into it. But, seems like it would at least handle some usage. So, oh, come on. Now for our plush. So we get a palm-sized Jason mask plush. Which, it's actually kind of comfy feeling plush. So I'm not exactly sure what, oh, again, and it's got like an individual tag on it, like it was meant for like some other kind of like distribution. Like why would they need boxes and tags like that to be in a box like this? That confused me. But I mean, like the art itself is nice and it feels okay. I just can't quite figure out like what to do with it, you know, like a decorative thing. I mean, sure, but I don't know. Well, I opened this with my friend, and she thought, you know, it's like, oh, maybe you can just, you know, use it like a palm-sized pillow. So, and it's actually it's fairly solid. So, you know, maybe might like keeps it in my bag for like the bus or something. So value on that, I'd maybe put like $2 or $3 on that, because it's I thought it would be bigger, you know, because there's a company called Horror Decor that does like horror pillows, and I thought it was gonna be like the size of the box, you know what I mean? So I mean, I guess where are we, like 5, 1, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 worth of stuff here, and this is their much aggrandized mystery vinyl figure. Oh look, it's Pennywise, like we all knew it would be. Like that's gotta be like just the dumbest thing. It's like it'll be a surprise, and they show like the highly detailed silhouette of Pennywise. Oh, it's so bad. But anyway, well, in terms of a figure, so looks like his arms don't move. The detail is good. The face looks a little funny. Let's see if I can try to angle it right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Well, trust me when I say his eyes look kind of strange, but the detail and the paint actually looks pretty good. So I am more of a figure connoisseur though at this point. So if you were talking, like if I saw this like on the shelf, like what would I buy it for? If I saw this on the shelf and it was like $3 or $4 and I was in the right mood, like maybe. Like I think I'd probably put maybe 5 on it for like a regular person who isn't totally spoiled by all this amazing NECA stuff. So, and it's got good paint and good detail. So on a fairly solid base. So it's not posable in any way, but you know, it still looks good. So if you're a more casual horror person, I could see you really enjoying this box so far. Maybe not having a use for a lot of the stuff in here, but you know. And now the main event, which I opened up early. Like it did come with like one of these like cardboard tags, which again, why? But so this is the scarf that we've been so excited for, and I was actually a bit let down because it's I don't know, something about it feels funny. Like I thought it would be like a thicker material. Like it's fairly thin, and you can kind of see sort of like the seams that they used. So plus it doesn't actually match like the right kind of red. Like the green seems a bit closer, but mostly it's very bright. And plus the thinness does like hurt it too. So I actually I took this out to wear outside the other day when it was pretty cold out, and like it made a difference. Like it was warm. It just wasn't as good as I thought it would be. So I mean, I'd say maybe like 5 on this too. So I mean, I still like it. I just kind of wish it was like better. So plus I've seen it off. I feel like I've seen something like this offered like somewhere before. But sort of a funny story. So I went to a local Comic Con this weekend, and some guy at a booth full of like really nice looking horror stuff, like he had clearly just opened the box and like put everything up for sale, and he was trying to like sell me this for $10 as I was wearing it. So I don't know what the fuck that guy's problem was, but that ain't it. That ain't Chip. So Anyway, so I think that's everything in the box. So, what's my verdict? Is it worth it? Well, let's see. What did we say? We said 5 for the mug, which is probably the nicest thing in here overall. We said $1 for the keychain, which it looks okay, but kind of sucks. We said, what, 3 or 4 for the teeny mini pillow, which I still like the look of. I mean, I'm sure a lot more people would be more upset that this was their plush because it's just so small. But I like the look of it, so I'm going to be generous and give it a 4. So 1, 5, 4. So 10. We've got kind of a guess of 5 for our little Pennywise here. If we're being nasty about it, I'd say maybe 3. So that puts us to what? 13. And then our scarf, which I'm still not quite sure how to evaluate it. Well, if I just saw the scarf like on the shelf, like I'd probably pay like 5 to 7 for it. So let's just say 5 too. So if we go with kind of the low end, then that means we've got 5, 5, 3, 3, 1. So 17-ish for the box, I think is probably about what you could expect out of it. So overall, I don't think this is really worth like your 20 bucks. At least if you're like a really casual, like, oh, I like horror. This is almost like it almost feels kind of like a starter set of just like fun stuff. But if you're like a serious aficionado like me, maybe save your money. So unless you really want the scarf, which, there's some guy with a booth who can help you out. But yeah, I mean, if you can find it for like 10, 12-ish, like I did, like I think it's an okay buy, but there's a lot of stuff that you just may not end up using too much. So, kind of make your own assessment of that. I think I would just final verdict, not worth it. But everybody has different sensibilities, so that's just my recommendation. Anyway, let me know what you think of this. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on The Crypt with more madness.